The New England Nationals returning to New England Raceway in Epping, New Hampshire, May 31st through June 2nd. He's an eight-time NHRA champion. Tony Schumacher, good morning and welcome to WDHA.
Good morning, and I am looking forward to getting up there, man.
What is makes Epping, New Hampshire, that track so great, so special, Tony?
Well, I live in Austin, Texas, so it feels like I'm in another country. It's so far away. It's we all grew up not in top fuel, but progressing through the ranks. All these drivers and families that race in the professional categories, but we all started in tracks like Union Grove, Wisconsin, small tracks where the town just rallies around it. And when you get to Epping, it's not a super stadium. It's very much kind of our home track style, and great people, just great people that love when we come there. There's we just raced Chicago, and I mean, massive stadium, but Chicago's a stick and ball state. Like and racing is like the stepchild. So it's really cool when you get out to a place where, man, they just absolutely love it. They're thankful you're there because drag racing is unique. We all get, the fans get pit passes, so you get to interact and you get to hear what they're thinking, and it's just a place that respects what we do, loves what we do, and appreciates us being there, and we love giving back to them.
The drag strip in Englishtown here in New Jersey closed a couple of years ago, but that used to be one of my favorite things, Tony. Go down, go into the pit, and it was the smells. I mean, I've always loved the smell of gasoline. I was a car junkie when I was in high school and college, loved taking things apart. The smell of gasoline, but it was the smell in the pit of everything that was going on that just attracted me so much.
It is, and anyone that works on cars, when you walk in the garage and the smell of the tools and the smell of the oil and the smell of leaking fuel, it's just, uh, you know, people that work on cars, we love going to the garage and smelling the leaky fuel because it's like, oh, we got to fix something. We got tools on, man. If it all smells perfect, it's like, oh man, it's all done. And good story. My son, when he was young, he's like, let's build something. You got all these tools, so I bought a Trans Am, '78 Trans Am from up east, Pennsylvania, actually. And when it got home, it had 13,000 original miles on it. And he goes, all right, let's work on it. And I went, well, it's kind of original. And he's like, well, what do you do that for then? I bought another one and we built it. We spent 4 years building just a hopped up old Smokey and the Bandit car, and we don't drive it much, but it's there, and you got that smell of the fuel and the awesomeness of the old style cars. Now, what do you do with a car now? You drive it, put gas in it, or plug it in, depending on and that's it. So great to be part of that still, and I made my living out of it, so I love it.
You mentioned that you're racing top fuel, and we should point out that that's the fastest, if I'm not mistaken, of all the drag racing, right? You can go from 0 to 100 in less than a second. Like, that's moving.
Yeah, there's nothing in the world that moves quicker. Funny car and top fuel, quickest accelerating machines in the world, and they're beasts. I mean, 330 miles an hour, and like you said, zero point 0.8, we accelerate to over 100 miles per hour, and it's the whole game's based off the preparation of it. You prepare, and then the race is 3 seconds long. And I think I always relate it to, I'm a Clint Eastwood nut. I love watching Clint Eastwood movies, and he's, yeah, he wasn't a cowboy in real life, but the real cowboys, it wasn't about the facing off with another dude. It was about the amount of hours you prepared for it, and it's the same kind of thing. It's a beast. At the end of the line, when you're in the car, you're looking at the Christmas tree. You can use your other peripheral vision. You can see the finish line. Very few sports can you start where you're starting and see the finish line, see that goal, that short sprint. And there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser in just a few seconds. And I think that's a pretty cowboy moment.
We mentioned that you are an eight-time NHRA champion, and you're also the winningest top fuel driver in NHRA history. You're going to be inducted into the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America's class of 2025. What does that mean to you?
It just means I've been blessed with some of the greatest teams that NHRA has ever seen. I think, really, it's great that they give the accolades to the driver, and I appreciate that. I really do. I've worked my whole life for that, but so did the people that build the cars. They worked more hours than I did by far. So I think, for the drivers looking at doing what we did, put yourself around Class A plus people, and then ride the moment out. And nobody wants to be the weak link, so you got to rise up and step up and do your job, but really leading the teams, and I've had several great crew chiefs. Everyone knows Alan Johnson. He's won a lot of championships, but Mike Green has too, and Dan Olson won them with me. And Mike Knapp, who I have right now, heck, we were on the path to win it with the Army when the Army went away. So we finished #2, but now that he's back, we have a chance to go out and once we get everything working right, we're going to go out and try to win this one too.
You have some very cool music that is the background on some of your Instagram videos. How's your guitar playing coming?
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know that I'll ever get better. I'm in a status quo spot. I'm happy. I can pull up an iPad and play most songs. I know most chords, and it's just fun. I'm the kind of dude that when you travel as much as we do, and you got a bus at the racetrack, and bring a guitar along, it gives you something to do for the other 23.5 hours. I work for 6 minutes a year, when you put it into perspective, right? You got a lot of time to learn. You think I'd be a rock star. And I think the funny part is every rock star wants to drive a race car, and every race car driver wants to be a rock star. It's just a small, revolving door there. We all want what we can't have.
Well, some of our listeners won tickets over the past couple of weeks, Tony, and they will be with you at the New England Nationals, New England Raceway in Epping, New Hampshire. It's May 31st through June 2nd. All the details online at NHRA.com. Tony Schumacher, thank you for joining us this morning, and best of luck this coming weekend.
I look forward to it, man. We'll see you guys there, and I'm glad you won. Come on out, visit.